A long time ago, there was a great king who ruled the kingdom of Arnor. He had 3 sons that governed the 3 provinces of Arnor. We had Arthedain, Rudar, and Cardolan. There was many years of peace and prosperity, but those years ended quickly when the king suddenly died and the brothers fought for the right to be the next king of the kingdom of Arnor. Welcome guys to another Third Age Total War Reforged battle replay, and this is actually a patch, the part of the next patch that's coming out, so you guys can't quite play this yet, but it's a little sneak peek to what's to come. So they did add some new factions. We got Rudar, we've got Arthedain, and of course we have Cardolan. So very exciting. Now, this is a bloody civil war, which is part of the lore. Not this battle specifically, but there was a bloody civil war between 2 of the brothers, essentially. We have the brother who was ruling Rudar. I think he didn't actually have the claim to the throne. It's been a little while since I looked at the lore here, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have claim to the throne. It was to his older brother, who's the king of Arthedain. And his other brother decided to ally with the rightful king, which of course he controls Cardolan. So I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But this battle is pretty action-packed, and it starts off right away here. We've got like pretty much a siege battle with some outer defenses. It looks really cool. I think it's a six player scenario. By the way, this was made by Sin of the Dark Cloud. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Sin because he helped me install the new patch, and there's a lot of issues, so big shout out to you, man, and thank you for the help. So let's look at these army comps as we are in slow motion as they approach the defenses of Arthedain, which I don't even know if I'm pronouncing any of these names right, but we'll just go with it. So we got J Monster. He's leading the first army of Rudor soldiers here. Pretty solid force. Got swordsmen. We got some savages. We got some Rudar pikemen. I definitely like Rudar. They're kind of, you know, rough around the edges, kind of like barbarian type faction. I really like the culture clash, even though they were once ruled under one man. Now they're kind of breaking apart. Then we got, ooh, look at these guys. So yeah, we got some pretty cool units here, guys. So that's one army. Over on this side, we have the other army commanded by Archangel. He is bringing pretty much the same force. We got Rudar over here, and then over on this side, we do have WK, which is pretty much leading the same exact force. So massive army from Rudar. Now, lore-wise, either Rudar, he bends the knee to the Witch King, or he like loses to the Witch King. He's like, look, I'll just join you if you help me defeat my brother. But yeah, they do join forces with the Witch King, with the forces of Angmar. And Cardolan, that faction actually suffers a lot from the plague. I believe it's a plague summoned upon by the Witch King, and then once they're really weak, the Witch King was able to go in and wipe them out. So very interesting backstory to these factions, which I would love. Now, you guys saw that Amazon got the rights for, I mean, we'll see what happens with that, but I would love to see the story be about this. The Civil War, the war in the north against, you know, Arnor and the Witch King, like anything. That would be so interesting, because there's a lot of human factions, and then you got your orcs. I mean, it's very like good versus evil. It's really interesting. Anyways, let's look at the defenders now. This first one is Sin of the Dark Cloud. He's got a lot of great pikemen. These are basically the units from Arnor. Just changed their names to Arthedain. There might be a couple new ones. We've got some Dunedain Troll Slayers. Back here, we do have another faction here commanded by Fluffy Duck. He is Cardolan. So they look really cool. They're definitely more of the... They remind me of the Free Peoples of Eriador, very similar style. They look awesome. They look very medieval, like a true medieval. I don't know, it looks great. So yeah, he's got some battle-ready Dunedain. So they do have similar units within their rosters because, you know, they're all from the same kingdom. They're just slightly different, which I really like that. And then back over on this side, I believe... Oh, this is also Fluffy Duck. You know what? I actually think this is just a 2-player defense. Yeah, this is just 2 players. So I'm sorry, it's not 6 player, it's a 5-player. And then back here, we do have some reinforcements that will arrive. Sin is controlling these reinforcements. They arrive about halfway through the replay. So yeah, they are going to have some cav support there. Let's go ahead and go back to normal speed and get this battle underway. You can see Sin is kind of stacking up his troops. He's got his swordsmen. He's got his pikemen ready to go. He's got some more Arthadane men-at-arms. They're a little out of position there. Like, quickly, men! Rudor is on our doorstep. All right, here they go. They're going to charge. We got some Rudor swordsmen. They are in range of that trebuchet and the archers, of course. This is great position here. I love this little mound here, this cliff, which is giving them a great point of view. Rudor is trying to fire back with some of his archers, trying to soften them up. But they should outfire them just based on this position here. All Rudor can really do here is just hope that they run out of ammo quickly, because this is going to be a tough unit to take out. And here we go. We might get our first clash here. Swordsmen might be going in. Let's see. Are they going to charge? Come on, pikes down. Put the pikes down. Oh, no, they're just... There we go. It's like they were listening to me. The pikes are down. They are ready to work together with the swordsmen. And there we go. There's our first clash, guys. Beautiful. Here comes another charge from the Rudor swordsman. So, yeah. Nice. So, a nice little early start to this scenario. We got more forces back here. Throwing in some axes. That is awesome. Gotta love the throwing axes. They're very like Viking, almost like culture. Very cool. If we go back over here, we do have a couple bridge crossings here, and we got a massive amount of forces crossing this bridge. Who's defending over here, though? We've got Cardolan who is defending, but they've got to quickly get into position. Here we go. Here we go. They're going to charge in. So they're going to use a very small... basically a small force here to hold back. Look at these guys. Look at those shields. Those spearmen. They're almost like Roman shields. That's awesome. So yeah, they're going to hold this choke point here. Small amount of forces, but they're elites. I mean, this is basically, you know, Thermopylae here, basically on a bridge where, sure, you don't have as many, but your troops are definitely well equipped here. The pikes might give them a little bit of trouble, but they're definitely going to be able to hold for quite some time. He's doing the same thing over on this side as well. So yeah, just holding the front line against these bastards. Go back over here. Is a beautiful engagement. This is getting pretty messy. The front lines are starting to crumble, you can see Rudor starting to kind of push past some of the pikemen there. And they're definitely making some pretty good progress. I mean, they're making more progress than I expected with all those pikes and swordsmen they're going to have to fight through. Excuse me. Always got to get in that burp, you know, when I'm recording. I don't know, it's weird. It's like when I record, I have a different breathing pattern, so it almost causes like, it makes me burp. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, really cool engagement there. And I think the rest of the forces are just, you know, preparing the inner defenses. Like, quick, our outer perimeter forces won't hold for much longer. And then you got the trebuchet still firing down, still trying to take out these archers. Got another fresh unit of swordsmen coming in from J-Monster. J-Monster, I didn't say this in the intro, but he also has a YouTube channel, which I'll be sure to link in the video. So yeah, he does a lot of Third Age. So if you need more Third Age action, he's got some pretty great content, so check that out. There's actually been a lot of new Third Age channels coming out of nowhere, which is really cool to see. Like Third Age is a community within a community, you know, like a Third Age. I don't know, it's almost like the Third Age community is bigger than the Total War community, like this mod alone. Just because I think it's like, you know, Lord of the Rings. And I think a lot of you guys, I'm sure some of you guys listening right now, probably never heard of Total War until you saw Third Age Total War. And you're like, whoa, Lord of the Rings, what is this? And then you saw, you know, the actual games that they made, the unmodded games. Which is fine, you know, that's a great way to, you know, show you guys to a whole new gaming franchise. Which is pretty solid franchise. But yeah, now we got some swordsmen coming in. They're definitely holding. They're killing quite a bit of these Rudor swordsmen, and it's looking really epic, guys. This is a great fight. They got the trebuchet firing down this way. I think they're pretty desperate over here. Oh yeah, look at that. Just massacred these guys. Was that archers who did that? Does he have archers back? He does. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, it's like a whole army of Dunedain Rangers. These guys are so good. So yeah, he was able to just destroy. Oh god, okay. Not the same story on this bridge. Not getting the same kind of outcome. WK using these Rudar forces to break through here. And they're going to be able to push over to this choke point. So the Dunedain Rangers are like, fall back, flee, they've taken the bridge. Flee for your lives. Back over here. No, the Dunedain are in control. They wouldn't be freaking out at this point. At least not at this point. Over here, it's also getting a little hairy. It's getting a little worrisome for the Arthedain forces, who are starting to get a little bit overwhelmed. This is all J-Monster's army, though, which he's lost quite a bit. So just go back and enjoy some close-ups here. Try not to move the camera around too much, just to show you this bloody fight. And he's definitely using brute force, using his mass to break through here and get through these lines, which he's doing a pretty good job. There he goes. Very good play. Very good job there. So back over here, this is really what's left of J-Monster's forces. It looks like he's got some pikemen left. He's got some swordsmen. I think he's pushing up some archers as well. These archers look so cool too. Love the Hillman marksman. That's so awesome. Just so like barbaric, you know? Just like primal life here. It's just awesome. They're putting down a lot of firepower on these archers. So yeah, they're dedicating about 3-4 units of archers to take out these Arthedain heavy archers. So a nice little play right there. And they should be able to take out these guys. I would just retreat at this point. Yeah, I'd just get out of there. I try to save these archers, even though they're very depleted. Like, archers that are depleted, it's the one unit that's still going to be pretty effective because they still have all their ammo. They've got another archer unit over here. So the reason they're falling back is because they are losing this fight and they are going to be exposed to attack. The pikemen are like, form a circle, man. It's been an honor. But now we die for the rightful king. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's another reason why I think this Civil War would make for a very interesting storyline for a TV show, because it's kind of got the same like Game of Thrones feeling to it, where you have these multiple factions. You've got, you know, the 3 provinces. You've got, you have, you know, the Witch King. You have neighboring kingdoms that can get involved. So there's a lot of storyline which you could use for interesting diplomacy, interesting battles, people turning to the different side, you know, changing alliances, stuff like that. But yeah, the Dunedain are just out of there. They're just gone, falling back to the safety of this city, which, by the way, I love. It's like a city that's been carved out with stone walls. Now, I think it's like that because I guess they can't add unique. Like, if you want to do a unique layout of a city, you can't really do it, so you kind of just have to use like terrain walls here, like dirt walls, but it still looks, it does its job. It looks good. Looks really good. So let's head back over here. Yep, well, the swordsmen have caught up to these archers. So now the heavy archers are going to try to hold here. And no, you know what? They're not going to run. They're going to keep fighting. A lot of these arrows going into the mountainside, which is a little unfortunate, but yeah, so J-Monster's still pushing his men, trying to take out this defensive position. Are they out of ammo? They are out of ammo. Okay. So there you go. That's 2 less units you're going to have to worry about. Yeah, you're not going to have to worry about, which is trying to say. But they did a lot of damage there early on. They took out a lot of J-Monster's forces, and that balance of power, that's brutal. They've killed 29%, but they've lost 25%. So not exactly the best, since they're so, like, outnumbered, and also, you know, like, they had the defenses, so they've got to try to kill more percentage wise, but it's only a slight lead of 4%, which I think that's going to even be closer once these archers are dead. So yeah, a kind of shaky start there for the defenders, but they did all they could there. I mean, I don't really know how much more they could do. They held the bridge. I mean, they killed a ton over here with these archers. I mean, they just couldn't hold over on this side. But again, they killed a ton. Like, look at that. It's all Rudar. It's not, I don't see any Arthedain soldiers or anything like that. And also, let's not forget, they are going to have a cav reinforcement force that are just kind of Basically, what's happening is that they're trying to get over here. It's like a patrol or something, and they just gotten word of the invasion. They're like, quick, we must get back to the outpost. Yeah, they're headed back. And by the way, this is not an Arthedain outpost. This is a Cardolan Outpost. Not that it really matters a ton. There we go. Now we got some Cardolan heavy archers, which look fantastic. Putting down some suppressing fire. This, honestly, guys, this area is going to be the kill zone. Now, like I said, percentage-wise, it's not looking great for the defenders, but they haven't gotten to their best defensive location, which, of course, is this city. You've got choke points. You've got hills. You've got, vantage points that archers can use. Very nice. Look at this. You could fire down arrows. You got the trebuchet. Really, really good stuff right there. And then you got some cliffs over here, so more choke points. This is definitely going to be an area where they're going to put up a great fight. And, and definitely get some good kills. But this is it. Like, they've got to pull this off, and they've got to make sure they use their archers wisely. I think that's what it's going to come down to, is just making sure they use the archers after big, giant targets. What's going on over here? I think we just have retreating forces, I assume. It shows that there's a unit over here. Only half our force remains. Yeah, it's just there they are. Retreating units. So it's like, are they fighting over here? Did the cav show up? But no, not yet. So Rudar is pushing forward. WK, he was able to break through without really losing to... Oh, look at the weapons on these guys. Slaughterers. Awesome. Oh my god, these units. Oh yeah, this is just pure, just like brute. Just like, I don't know, barbaric, Viking, just brutal looking. Looks awesome. It's very heavy metal, very heavy metal. So let's see what the other army is. Now remember, there's a whole fresh army back here from Archangel who is not engaged at all. So he's got fresh troops that have not seen any action. These defenders are going to have quite the task ahead of them. And I think that's what they're doing. They're just kind of waiting here. They're just, trying to clean up over here. Archangel, he still has a lot of his forces over here as well. So, yeah, look at this force. This is ginormous. So I think we're going to fast forward here a little bit just for time's sake. Now, this is a time scenario. I think they have an hour about to, try to get through here. So they can't take too long. And there we go. It looks like they are mobilizing their forces. Got some archers already skirmishing down the defenses, trying to lighten up the defenses for the invaders. And I think over on the other side, nothing yet is happening. But you can see WK's army over there on the mini-map. He's ready to go. So they're going to quickly rush to these walls. Okay, so they're not quite going in, but he's trying to avoid archer fire, essentially, by hugging the walls. Let's see if he goes in here. Oh, no. This archer unit can still... Oh, yeah. These guys can... Yeah. They can still get plenty of targets here. They might want to... I don't... Oh, okay, there they go. They're going in. So let's do normal speed now. Now that the melee combat is about to start again. So Cardolan, he is setting up some defenses. His heavy swordsman. It looks like he's got some pikemen. Here comes the first clash. This is epic, guys. Really, really epic. There we go. Nice little clash there of soldiers. We got more forces coming around this way. And they're going to push... and try to get in there. And I mean, what they need to do at this point is basically send up their lowest tier units, like the crappiest units, to absorb most of that archer fire. So by the time the elites go in, and I think this is their crappiest unit, even though they look pretty like elite. So yeah, there they go. They definitely need to send up some support up here. They are outnumbered. Reinforcements have arrived. Excellent. WK is also pushing on this side. He hasn't fully engaged. Oh, check these guys out. Rudar Rangers. That is cool. I mean, they've got to have an elite archer force. Oh my god, that looks awesome. They look great. That's cool. I really like that unit. And then, of course, they've got the lower end units, the Hillman Marksmen. Just this battle's got this really, like, grand, epic scale to it. There's a little choke point back here. I think WK is going to take that position there. I actually like these kinds of walls because it keeps up the pace of the game, right? Because, like, you don't have to knock down any walls. There's just a choke point you're going to have to go through, which can be, it could be challenging because you have to go through these choke points. But if they balance the scenario correctly, it should be even. So this bloody fight still going on this side. We're about 1/3 through the replay, so there's still a lot to see here. But it looks like Cardolan is doing a good job of holding this line, and they're probably gonna have to start to send up some elites here, maybe some archers to deal with this. I mean, eventually these archers are going to run out of ammo, but that's the question though. How much damage will they do at that point? Now they're firing a lot of rounds, and when I say rounds, I mean arrows, into some swordsmen who are kind of flanking around. Is there another opening they can take? Let's see. Yes, there is. There is another opening, and there's nothing defending it. Now, we do have some reserves back here, so they will be ready to defend it, but that's pretty smart from the attackers to try to attack multiple flanks, as many as possible, to try to overwhelm and to try to stretch out the defenders. So back over this way. Cardolan actually kind of pushing back the attackers. They're like, now's our moment, men. Push them back. Push. Just working together. And now we've got some reserves. This is some swordsmen. There we go. He's going to send in another one. This is J-Monster throwing in what's left of his army. Just kind of leading the way for his allies. Oh, and the arrows. You see that? That is insane. Insane amount of arrows coming down. That was bloody. Shields up. There they go. Now they're charging and trying to balance out this fight. And look at the, wow, the swordsmen. Look, it's just mostly dead swordsmen. So even though the swordsmen look very elite, it just doesn't seem like, it could be because they're taking on another elite force, or a force that's way more elite than them. That's a cool shot right there. Little bird's eye view. But yeah, the swordsmen are struggling. It could be because of the archers as well, just, you know, slowly chipping away at these guys. Let's go back over here because it looks like we do have, oh, nice, yes. A little charge there. Rudar actually breaking through. The archers got this sweet position back here, trying to use this hillside to help support his troops. But unfortunately, I guess they just didn't have enough men here because Rudar was able to slip by, and now they're fighting these Dunedain Rangers in close combat, which is never a good thing. I mean, the Dunedain can handle their own in melee, but you never want to throw them into melee until you absolutely have to. And this is a moment where you don't absolutely have to. I love the Rudar flags there. Almost looks like the Witch King there, his face. I'm not saying it is, just kind of looks like it. But yeah, this is a little worrisome for the defenses. Now they got some spearmen going in. So yeah, they definitely need to send up some reinforcements. Let's see, are they sending anything over there? It looks like they're actually preparing their final stand already. This is what Sin, I mean, this is basically all what Sin has left over, which is just these Arthedain Knights, which is really badass. But yeah, I mean, obviously they have their elites. I mean, this is how these battles play out, right? You've got your elites for both teams waiting in reserve. And it's going to come down to the elite forces to see who wins this one. We do see some flying Cardolan forces. But they're starting to run out of troops over on this side as well. So they've got to, they probably need to really start preparing those inner defenses, which it looks like they were. Okay, so I think the Cav, the reinforcement Cav forces have finally arrived. We got Arthedain Knights. We've got, I think we've got Knights of Inuminos. Yeah, we got the Knights of Inuminos. They're all making their way down this hill. Epic, almost like the Battle of Helm's Deep, as, you know, Gandalf charged through that down that hill. Looks very similar, but, you know, not as epic because it's much wider here and there's no enemy forces down at the bottom of the hill. But it does give me that kind. It reminds me of that. And WK, I mean, he's lost quite a bit. He's lost quite a bit. Remember, he lost forces taking those bridges. And even though he is making some good progress here, he's definitely lost quite a few forces. Now we got the Cardolan heavy archers coming around and surrounding the Rudar swordsmen, supporting these Dunedain archers, trying to help them clear this out. There we go. Hold the line. This is a great scenario so far. I'm really enjoying this one. Now we got the more Dunedain Rangers firing from afar. Pretty good angle right there. Just getting some good hits. I think they're going after... Yep. We got a battle of Rangers right now, which is so cool. Both sides bringing in their Rangers. Now we got the cab moving forward. They're changing targets and actually going for J-Monster's skirmishers, and I think it's too late. I think, yeah, he should have moved out of there a long time ago. Now, they do have some support forces back here. An elite force as well. But they got to be careful as well. I mean, even though it's elite, they can be very vulnerable to cav charges. And there we go. Now we got the great epic charge. Charge in, man! The patrol forces have made it back. And they're ready to support. There we go. Now we got a pretty epic charge right here. I love that they changed the banners a little bit there. I think they still haven't changed the banners for Cardolan. It still has the Free People's banners. Here we go. Charge. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Running down these archers. It's always so... It's like one of the most satisfying feelings in Total War. Just running down archers with cav. Really, just running down any kind of unit with cav is very rewarding. Now he's got some slaughterers over here. And they're going to run around and continue to go for vulnerable targets, which they are. Oh, come on, will they get there? They will get the... Yeah, they'll get there a little bit, but they got to watch out. Pikemen are closing in. And there goes the Knights of Numenos. I wonder if they sent any cav over this way. There is a defensive pike wall that is protecting the backs of these men. They're still losing quite a bit. Ooh, what do we have here? Troll Hunter, Rudar Troll Hunters. Oh, wow, look at these. So they're like a javelin unit, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty good in melee just based on their armor and the fact that they are a smaller unit. Or they're not a smaller unit, but yeah, I love that. I just love it. Oh my god, and they wreck. Look at that. Do you see that? That's insane. They absolutely wreck these guys when they throw in the javelins. It knocks them over. Well, here we go. Look at that. That's awesome. Just like they're so strong. It just knocks them off their feet. That's so great. Here comes more elite forces. He's ready. He's ready to break through these defenses. They are making some pretty good progress. Now we got reinforcements coming in. Cardolan just not done yet. Not ready to give up this position. So he's going to keep sending in his heavy archers who've used up all their ammo, I assume, on the walls. Over here, wow. Cardolan sending in battle-ready Dunedain, defeating the swordsmen of Rudar. But there's a lot more where that came from. Oh, Rudar mounted Thanes. Look at these guys. That's so great. Oh, that's the general. That's cool. He's in danger of the archers, though. He's in range of the archers. He's got to fall back. This is arch-aimed. Yeah, he's falling back. There we go. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Even though they're doing a pretty good job, you don't want to leave them in range of some nasty archers, which are just chewing up these forces. Oh, look at the view in the mountain range in the background. That's great. That's what I love about Third Age Total War. Not only do they get these units spot on, Third Age and Reforged. When I say Third Age, I mean both. But that's what's great about these mods is that they capture Middle Earth so well. They do such a good job of just making it come to life, and I think that's why we all love Third Age Total War. So yeah, they're still struggling, guys. Now they're sending in some pikemen. WK, at this point, pretty much losing all of his pikemen. But it looks like he is, or I'm not his pikemen. I'm sorry, I was looking at pike. Pretty much losing all of his forces, his army. I mean, obviously, yes, he still has forces over here. But yeah, he's lost quite a bit trying to take this this back area of the town. So I think the defenders are starting to, let's see, actually no, the percentages, I was gonna say the defenders are starting to get a lead here, but no, the percentages are even closer, or, you know, not even really changing. And there we go, nice little charge there on the pikemen, trying to take them out before they can form pike formation. Yeah. Defeat seems almost certain. Now we've got more heavy, oh, now we got some sharpshooters, which is a crossbow unit. So heavy sharpshooters, that's pretty awesome. We got some battle-ready Dunedain coming around this way, so we do have some swordsmen who have broken through, running through the streets. And now the defenses are going to get a little bit trickier here because they might have multiple points here that are open to attack. So I think it's pretty soon time where you've got to fall back. They've got a trebuchet ready to go. Very cool. Look at that. That is just epic looking. These knights, man, they look good. Let's go back over here. Let's see what's happening. I think this is the juiciest part of the fight so far, as WK just tries to use brute force to break through here. I like the way he thinks. Let's get to the thick of it. Just get it going. While Archangel and J Monster, they were kind of dealing with that cav charge, which it looks like they've pretty much defeated. There's this guy, he's retreating though. He's like, I'm out of here. The commander's just like, flee, you idiot, and tell the people our story. Call for help. So he's getting out of there. But yeah, he's got a lot of troops here ready to go. He might want to just go in and start fighting. I mean, this is it that's defending this area. The rest of the forces are kind of occupied here, so he could try to get around and go after these heavy sharp shooters. So I think they should charge in and try to just get going. What about over on the other side? I completely forgot. Yeah, there is... I'm sorry, guys. I showed you this little flank earlier on in this battle, and I completely forgot about it. But yeah, there is a little flank battle going on. It does look even. See, whose force is it? It's both J-Monster and Archangel. They're sending over a couple forces to attack on this flank, which I definitely think is helping. It's distracting quite a few units over to this side, but I don't know if they're going to have enough to break through. Now he's got some heavy pikes. They're charging forward. He's got some Rudar swordsmen. They're nearby the walls here. They're still getting peppered down by some gatekeepers, which are a very nasty crossbow hybrid pike unit. Very awesome unit. So they're trying to take out the pikemen. The pikemen are like, quick, before they reload. Hurry up. Get to the walls. And they do get a couple hits there, a couple kills. Oh, yeah. Getting a lot of kills there. I wonder if they're... It looks like they are safe there, unless these guys just ran out of ammo. Yeah, it looks like they just can't get that angle there, which is good for Rudar. They can now send in more forces. He does still have some... These guys are awesome, these gatekeepers. He still has some crossbows over on this side, kind of firing at Rudar's swordsmen. So yeah, I'm loving these new units, the new factions. They look great. There we go. Battle ready Dunedain, kicking ass over here, holding this line, doing a great job. We got some javelins here, the slaughterers. That's so cool. Look at them holding their extra, ammo there. That looks great. Oh, and they're even knocking over some troops. Excellent, excellent. So did WK break through? He did and he didn't. I mean, oh, what is this unit? Cardolan Bodyguard. Holy crap. They've got like dwarven shields. That's awesome. With like the fish scale armor, the purple cloaks there. I like that style. That looks cool. So yeah, the bodyguards should have no issue. Unless they're just all show and, like they're not actually good fighters. They just look really good, which is usually never the case in Total War. But yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of holding back what's left of WK's army. And it looks like the defenders were successful over here. But, well, actually, there's still a lot. They're just kind of camouflaged in the dirt and the dead bodies. But it's now 67, so actually the attackers have killed more percentage-wise than the defenders. So I was kind of expecting the defenders to kind of like get a solid lead in percentage-wise, but I think right here is where they're going to get their lead. Right here is where they're going to try to turn this battle around. And I think they should just fall back. What do we got here? Arthedain Gate Guards. Oh my god. Awesome. Look at these guys. That's great. So yeah, Gatekeepers, Gate Guards. That's awesome. So yeah, I think they should fall back and prepare the final stand. And they've, the balance of power shifted a little bit more in favor of the defenders. Like, it looks a little bit better than when we last looked at it. It's still pretty much where it's, it's been at this whole time. But I definitely think they've got a lot of quality troops. They've got a lot of weapons here that's going to be able to even out this battle. Just look at this city back there. That just looks so good. That's just awesome shot right there. So Rudar, He's using up his archers. He's trying to soften up whatever he can. I think he's retreated the bodyguard. Oh, the bodyguard, are they archers? Oh, yes, the bodyguard are archers as well. There's the master tree, like, fall back to the keep. Fall back. Awesome, it looks great. Got some archers up here as well, some Dunedain bodyguard. They're just kind of watching the flank, just making sure no reinforcements arrive, like enemy reinforcements. Let's see what else we got. Okay, Rudar is now pushing through. He's finally gotten through the center after losing so many troops. What a costly war this is. A feud between brothers. And now the battle-ready Dunedain with some Dunedain Rangers going in for the kill, trying to finish off WK's army, which he might be able to. Most of them are just archers. So if those battle-ready Dunedain could get in there. Now, there are some infantry units as well. But yeah, they're getting in there. So at this point, guys, we're about 2/3 into the battle. We've got another third. And in this last third of the battle, it will be decided. And it's still really close. 69 to 67. I know it looks like the attackers are going to win this easy, but I doubt that. I think this is going to be a close one because of that final stand positioning, what kind of troops they have at that final stand. The biggest threat for the defenders are archers. The archers could easily just sit back and chew up the reinforcements, but look at the quality of these guys. Just insane amount of quality here. And I don't know if they have much ammo left. They do have some sharpshooters. They do have some skirmishers back here, which is good because honestly, the only problem with setting up a last stand is that you're a sitting duck to archer fire, especially somewhere open like this. That's the only con of defending like this. Also, if they had artillery, but I don't think they do. They have artillery, which is good. They're trying to protect it from the archer fire. We also have a cab unit it's trying to, I guess he's just absorbing that arrow fire. I don't know. But they could try to run down some of these archers. There we go. Let's see if these guys are actually breaking through. It doesn't look like, oh no. No, they're surrounded. J-Monster closing in with his forces. They surrounded the battle-ready Dunedain. And now they're dropping like flies. It was a valiant effort. Look at this dude. Look at this guy. Oh my god. Dual wielding with like an axe and a... It's like a claymore. It's a two-handed sword. He's just got one hand and he's like, whatever. This is light. Light for my muscles. Alright, there we go. So yeah, they finish off those extra reinforcements. And now I think it's all going to come down to this final stand. They've cleaned up the forces over here. Do the attackers have enough? Do they have enough to break through this last stand? We'll find out. You can see they push back a lot of their troops. And they're not doing it because they think, they might come up this way. They're doing it to just avoid getting pelted with arrows. So I think at this point, we're going to fast forward, guys. The timer is a little less than halfway. So the attackers still have plenty of time to get in there and to take these guys out. It looks like we've got some pathfinding issues here. Yeah, we got some heavy archers who are stuck, which is unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure they used up all their ammo and, they're not going to do that well in melee. So it's not that big of a deal. But that does suck when you get like a really good unit stuck on the wall or like that. It's just the worst. But yeah, we're going to continue to fast forward. We're going to see, let's just talk about the strategy here. I mean, honestly, for the attacking side, the only strategy I can think of is just use archers. Use a lot of archers if you have them. Use pikemen. Pikemen are very good. They've got a lot of pikes. Now, it's going to be quite the battle against these guys because they're so elite. They've got their own pikemen. It's going to be very, very challenging for them. Also, they've got a trebuchet, which is firing, guys, and trying to go after the... Oh, my God. Archangel still has tons of forces. I was starting to, wonder where, why they had such a huge advantage. This is where it's at, guys. This massive force. Now we got troops going through this choke point. So this is a full-on charge here, guys. And sure enough, here's the charge. So we're going to do normal speed as they push forward. And yep, there it is. Watch this. Oh, man. The axe is going in, killing these guys. Oh, that's the general. That's the general. Oh, look at the axes overhead, taking these guys out. Hold, man, hold. I know they're going to be throwing a lot of projectiles at us, but you hold. There they go. They're going to charge the general. They're charging downhill with the Dunedain Knights. Trying to take care of the javelins. We do have some archers in the back hill trying to fire back, get some revenge. Let's see, what are they going for? They're going to try to surprise the pikes before they can form pike formation. There goes a counter charge by the swordsman. So I think that was a good move there. Now they're going to send forward the pikes. So basically by doing that, guys, they initially started the melee. You know, they avoided just sitting back and getting, you know, picked off by javelins. There we go. There goes the general. I think that was WK though. I think he didn't. I think his army's pretty much gone, so the death of a general is not that big of a deal. But yeah, by charging down that hill, he just got the melee fight underway, and that makes it harder for the javelins to get kills because their own allies are in the way. But yeah, archers up here. He's got some Arthedain heavy archers. They're firing down. So epic. And this is it, guys. This is where they've got to turn this around. This is the kill zone. The pikes are chewing up these swordsmen, though. Oh, there we go. They're going to send down some troll, Dunedain troll slayers. Charge! Our men needs us, or need us. They're going in. Now we've got some gatekeepers. They're charging down as well. There we go. See, that was a good move by the defenders. Just, you know, pushing forward, pushing out like that. More forces coming down, filling in the weak spots, the gaps. And let's see the percentage-wise. Okay, it's still in favor of the attackers. Oh, there goes another volley of axes. Going into the back ranks of these guys. They've got to get towards that front line. Make it more challenging for those javelin axe throwers to hit any of their guys. There it is again. I love seeing those axes just fly overhead. It looks great. They're actually going to retreat now. I don't think they like being, you know, picked off by axes. They don't like it. There we go. The pikes, man, this is actually really surprising here. The Arthedain gate guards are losing to the Rudar pikes, which is a light infantry against a, I guess they're considered spearmen? I don't know. No, they're just pikes. I don't know. I guess the pikes are longer. The Rudar pikes are longer. And that's all you need in battle. Longer pikes. I mean, look at Scotland, right? Just get longer pikes. You don't need, like, elite armor. Just pike them to death. There you go. More and more pushing downhill. They've got to deal with those pikes. That's another major threat to this final stand. This trebuchet, too, needs to get firing. It just doesn't seem like it's in a good angle, and I think that's why they're moving it, trying to move it and get some good hits. We've got the Cardolan bodyguards. They're about to fire down. Let's see. Here they go. A couple of them firing. Most likely going after the archers in the back here. This is just a brutal last stand. The defenders are having... Oh, there we go. There we go. Juicy. Juicy hit right there. You know me, guys. I love my juicy hits. But yeah, the defenders are struggling here, guys, because... yeah, the percentages are still in favor of the attackers. I think once they get rid of the pikes... Oh, they glitched out, which is good. But yeah, once they get rid of the pikes, it might even out here. But yeah, it's not looking great. Do they have reserves, but they're running low. They're running really low. Hold, ya bastards. Hold. Another volley there. They're focusing down this general. General's doing what he can, just firing down. They're just outmatched in terms of pikes and archers, which is what's causing this to be such a struggle for the defenders. The trebuchet might even it out, but that thing's got to get firing. Got to get firing. And oh man, the Rudar. Rudar is a nasty faction. Just using their pikes to obliterate. Oh, there goes the axes as well. So... I think the attackers did a great job of conserving their pikes for the very final stage of the battle. And because of that, they're getting a nice little advantage here, being able to chop through this choke point, this like last stand. More forces coming in, charging in from Rudar. Do they have any more infantry though? Is that it for infantry? It kind of looks like, I think all that we see right here in this little battle, this is it. This is going to be the final, the final forces that go in. And now we're getting the elite forces of Arthedain. They're going in. We got some Arthedain knights trying to fight here against Rudar, trying to beat these guys, but they're losing so many because of javelins. There they go. Going after the general now. That could be a nice little victory there if you could take out Rudar's general. Try to break his forces. But this is J-Monster's general, and I'm pretty confident that J-Monster has lost most of his army. Yeah, it does seem that way. Nice, Rudar Rangers. Oh, no, oh god, okay, I didn't even see these guys. Oh, the Troll Hunters, he's got even more javelins. Oh man, I don't know, guys. What if they just, well, no. It's all just a nice even slope upward, which is like kind of good for the defenders because they can use the hill advantage, but it leaves them very open to skirmishing, you know, to the javelins and stuff. So this is the final stand, guys, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to fight their way through this. It looks like they're just too overwhelmed. And oh my god, look at that, the javelins, man. Now, most of them are going to get back up, but that is such a cool scene right there. Oh, look at them. The javelins, they throw it so hard and so fast, it just knocks them off their feet. I love that. There, look at that. That is so cool because even if they did like really low damage, that's really effective of silencing these forces, like silencing anyone really. You know, just throw in those javelins, throw in the javies, and you can silence an entire unit even though you're not doing a lot of damage, which I think is pretty cool. Now, I don't know how much damage, I think they do a lot of damage, but if you had a javelin unit that didn't and just silenced, like that would be cool. I don't know. I don't know how much damage they do, but yeah, that's all the forces, guys. That is it. The final stand. The absolute final stand of Arthedain and Cardolan. Rudar will take this outpost, but it's just one battle. It's not the end of the war. Though it doesn't look good. Definitely doesn't look good. So we're gonna do ×2 speed here. Now remember, the only last advantage that the defenders have is just them, or like the attackers running out of time. I don't think that's gonna happen here because they are so low in troops. He is falling back his general, so maybe he's gonna try to use the time here a little bit. I doubt it. I don't think he would do that. Yeah, I think now we got the general, Sin of the Dark Cloud's general. He's in the fight. He's doing what he can here. This is a really cool battle, though. I really enjoyed this one. Just so, you know, you had outer perimeter battles. You had the outer walls, the inner walls, the streets. Like, that's what I love. This is like a well-rounded siege battle. Now, I think the only way to balance this one was probably give the attackers less skirmishers. I think it would have been a lot more balanced. But again, that's foresight. You know, it's really, really difficult to make a balanced scenario where it's just, you know, perfectly even and only, you know, good tactics can win you or give you the edge. But yeah, it was really smart of the attackers to really conserve their pikemen, conserve the javies, and then use them for the final stand, which really gave them the edge. Now we've got the Cardolan bodyguards just fighting to the death. They're at 98%. Look at the percentages for the attackers really has not shifted. They have not killed a lot of them, which is really surprising. The trebuchet not really getting anything done there, which was just really unfortunate for the defenders. And once again, the defenders lose. Defenders always lose or never win. There we go. The general of Arthedain is dead, and there goes the I was gonna say Carthaginian. The Cardolan general is dead as well. And now we're just watching a bunch of leaderless men fight to the bitter end. Gentlemen, it's been an honor. Now we die to Rudar. Which sucks. These were once our allies. How could they? The ×6 speed it here as they push through and finish off these forces. Look at them all. Just look at them all. There we go. We're going to admit defeat there. And that's going to be the last of these forces. Last couple troops putting up their final stages, just praying and hoping they run out of time. But yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we'll go ahead and just get to the last results. So hopefully this gives you a good sneak peek to what to expect in the new patch. We got this cool, you know, the factions of Arnor. Really cool to see that. Some really cool units in this battle. And this map here is also going to be a custom map that you can use whenever you do online battles. So City of the Dark Cloud getting 2,000. Wow. We've got they haven't changed the logo yet, but we've got Cardolan. They got 5,000, almost 6,000 kills, and then all the Rudar pretty much carrying their weight, 700, 2,000. Wow. This must be J Monster or WK getting, or it could be Archangel. I'm not sure. You can't tell because it doesn't show their names. But here are the kills for Arthedain. There you go. You can just pause it when you look at that in more detail. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, share, and of course subscribe for more epic battles. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.